Have a nice. Hello, my friends. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thursday evening. Let's bring color to our lives. You see a very tired Angela. My blood pressure just like went down like this about 2 hours ago. So, ja, mein Hase. So I firstly thought I won't be able to do live tonight, but I'm hanging in there. I'm having lots of coffee. It is a bit better now, but still feel a little dizzy. Anyhow, when you join me, guys, just say hi to me and let me know where you're watching from. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elf and Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixiebill paints over here in Frankfurt in Germany. Also the German distribution for Dixiebill and for Woody Band. Of course, I carry other brands also, but this is my main, well, my main topic, so to say. Stay tuned tonight. Also, you can win something. I'm gonna talk about that a little later. Also, we are still working on this little on this big piece here. We moved to the inside. And the inside is going to be red. Remember, I originally thought I wanted to use the elderberry from the terra clay paints on here, but that was out of the window when my friend sent me a picture of their new location. They're moving with the restaurant in their Heinina, and the back wall is like pretty, well, red, you know, so elderberry won't go with it. So that's the reason I had to change basically the idea about the whole thing. So the whole thing is now in grayish. I'm pretty happy the way the bottom part is. This is all done in terra clay paints. Instagram, I'm not sure if you can see. There you go. This is all done in the terra clay paints, and I've already sealed that because terra clay paints, as long as they are not sealed, you can reactivate them anytime with water. So this is fine as long as you're working on it, as long as you still want to move the paint, as long as you want to change things. But I've reached a stage with that where I said, that's it. I want to have it like that, and I don't want to destroy it again. So thank you, Nina. So that's the reason I've sealed it. This is going to stay like that. Nothing can happen with that anymore. And oh, I look terrible. My apologies. So, and the inside is basically now going to be done in red, as there is no red with the terra clay paints. I've gone back to the chalk mineral paints, and I've chosen for that the barn red because that's not too bright. Instagram, I'm gonna get you up. Sorry. That's the barn red. And barn red is like it's like a Swedish, you know, over here for us European, it's like a Swedish red I'm using on here. We already done the other parts. This is the first coat in there. There was slick stick under there. It was bright white like this, and this is the first coat. So you can see how great the coverage is. You know, every red paint is a bit tricky. But this is the first coat. It looks still a bit streaky because it's the first coat, but for the first coat, it looks absolutely fantastic. So this might not be very interesting for you, but I thought I'm just going to show you the way when I have to paint insides like that, how I carry on doing that, because you know, you start doing it. It happened to me the first times I've done it. You know, I was like, I mean, I'm the master of disaster anyway, but I was covered more in paint than the inside of my project. So I basically have my routine now to how I paint insides of pieces. I usually only use one brush. You know, my mini brush is my brush to go for everything. I love it, and I use it for everything. Even when I paint spindles and things like that, I always do that with my mini. You know, I'm not, you know, swapping brushes for different different projects. But when I work on the inside, like here, I actually use the like a taper tip brush for, you know, around the edges and things like that, because those are the ones I paint first. Let's see if I can get you a little closer. Excuse me if you are making music. So those I'm going to paint first, and this jar's already opened. This already been stirred up because I've done the German live, and I've done before. I've painted the top areas. So I'm first doing the edges. You can use the French tip brush from Decoupage, or any brush you like, but I'm going around those areas first, and then I'm gonna come in with my so moving. There's like a step on the back there also, so I'm gonna go around this area also, just doing all the edges, you know, just like this, because then I can basically do everything else with the it's not about beauty, it's about getting it covered. So there's like a step here, so I'm going to, sorry if you can see that, go behind that also, do that now, because when I've painted the bottom, I'm going to lay with my arm down there. I could step on a ladder, but it wouldn't make a difference. But still, I'm gonna, you know, check that later on. I just grab like a mirror and check if I get all the edges and things like that. If you have questions, guys, bonsoir Michelle, ça va, coucou. Nina, I do, but this is basically, this helps a little, you know, this helps a little. I'm going to do the bottom part right at the end. So now I have all the edges basically covered. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start with the top, because that's the last area basically you will lean on or something like that. So this is basically what you can paint first, or the back. Doesn't matter if you do the top first or the back first, but those are the two areas you should paint first before you do anything else. Coming to the front, I'm just pulling my brush out. Oops, you know why I taped it. Pulling it out. And then still, the chalk mineral paints, they are self-leveling. You should paint with the wood grain, which you obviously can't see here anymore. So just, you know, decide which direction you want to brush, and then the last, when you have everything covered, just go over it again, and that's it. There you go. Doing the back. See, there's some texture on the back, so I'm gonna go with the texture. As I said, this piece is in a pretty rough shape, so must have been standing in the water or something like that. So, and then I'm going to go to the sides. Again, it doesn't matter which one you start with. I forgot one area down there. Got the bottom here. Do those edges also. see, I'm not fully there with my mind. Still feel a little like I'm going to throw up or something. I don't know. Because now I can still lean with my sleeve on my project and nothing is going to happen. Again, this is the first coat. Coverage won't be perfect. You look after that on the second coat. If necessary, there will be the third coat, but I doubt that very much. Usually 2 coats, even over white, what I'm painting here, should be fine. So same on the other side. And I'm moving from the back to the front to not lay my sleeve on the side here somehow. This helps me not to be covered in paint all the time. Guys, everything I do is not that I say everything I do is like the complete correct way. You know, some of you may have different techniques or different ways of doing it. If it works for you, fantastic. You know, tell me. I want to know. You know, this is I'm still learning also. You know, I don't know everything, but I'm just showing you what works for me. And if it works for you, if it helps you, I'm happy. If you have a better way, please tell me. So then now I'm going to come to the top, to the bottom. Same thing. Work my way from the back to the front. You see, even when I lay my sleeve down, I'm still in the area where there's no paint, so I'm pretty safe. That's basically what helps me. So guys, you can win again tonight. And what you have to do, you have to like the video, comment on the video. I'd be very happy if you sprinkle the video because it also helps me. And you can do that on all channels because that video is running on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. You can win on any channel. The more you comment on every channel, the more chances you have. Also on the German video. Thursday night we do have a German video and an English video. The German is already done, but you have a chance till midnight. You have a chance till midnight to basically get into the draw. So that's it. Paint it. And also for those who watch replay, also obviously when you're still in time, you can win. You know, just make sure you comment and things like that. So that's the only shelf. Oh, I'm gonna put it down. That's the only shelf from that from the middle part. Hallo Marianne. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. So that's the only shelf which you can take out. All the other ones are fixed, you know, in there. Obviously, this also is going to be painted. And we're going to do that. Same thing. Obviously here, I only need to work with the, what's that? With my, oops. Did you see that? That was close. That was very close. I nearly dipped my brush in the coffee. That's very dangerous. I usually don't put my coffee near my water or my paint jars. Oh God. That's probably why I feel sick today. I've probably done that before, I'm not sure. I can't remember. So when I paint something like that, I always set my brush down a little further into the project, spread it out, and then I go to the edges. Because when I place my brush with the paint direct on the edge, you know, I might have like a paint puddle on the side there. So I like to avoid that. So always a little to the middle and then spread it out. And towards the edge, I'm brushing towards the edge for paint. Chalk mineral paints, self-leveling, water-based, no VOCs. That's the front edge. I'm going to paint the front edge. Don't need to paint the sides and the back because they're going to lay in there. But the front edge I'm going to paint. What's that? So self-leveling. Normally you can start straight away with painting depending on the project you're painting. If you have like a slick surface like glass or metal, or a pre-painted or pre-painted pieces which are very shiny and you can't really sand or scuff sand, you can use slick stick. That's what I've basically done here, because I think this paint is was made for the for the NASA. We have stain blockers if you have a bleeder, or if you have a very smelling piece. The stain blocker is also very good for that. It blocks in, all nasty odors. Yeah, and then you basically just paint. Usually you need just 2 coats. That's fine. Even with red, and red is pretty difficult color, or pretty tricky color. That's due to the pigments. Red pigments are very sensitive, and you don't have to seal them if you don't want to. They have a built-in sealer, but even so, the chalk mineral paints, they are open porous. They dry flat from the finish. They are open porous, and if you touch it with greasy fingers or something like that, you have a chance that you leave the grease on there. So that's why, careful, that's why I like to seal my pieces all the time. But you can seal with wax, you can seal with a top coat. That's basically up to your preference, or you don't have to seal if you don't want to. If I do decorational pieces like my candle holders and things like that, I'm not sealing those, because they're not going into the dishwasher or anything, so I'm not sealing those. So that's basically, oh, I want to show you what you can win, guys. Didn't do that. What's that? Hope it's not my card they're just taking off there. That's the paper. That's the paper. Decoupage paper from Bells and Whistles, which is a creative line from Dixie Belle, and it's called Birds, and it's those beautiful, beautiful parrots. I just love it. I just love it. I want to have summer. This makes fun for summer. So this is basically what is going to be drawn to you guys tonight. Make sure to comment on the video. Make sure to like the video. Please sprinkle, sprinkle the love so that more people can be reached with my content. That would be absolutely sweet. You can win on any channels, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and the winner will be announced tomorrow. if you have a chance, or basically you can comment and like the video till midnight. German time. So, and then basically it's only for Europe, guys. It's only for Europe, not for the US, only for Europe. I can't ship to the US. So that's basically it. So I thought I may, but I'm going to let that dry. I'm not going to overdo it. So, but I'm going to do the second coat tomorrow. I'll let that dry. It is pretty cold, so the paint need a little longer. Usually the chalk mineral paints need about 1 to 2 hours to dry, but very humid. Yeah, that's not that much of a problem. It's more if you have, like, you know, when you touch it with greasy fingers or something like that, you may leave your fingerprints on there, you know, that because the paint sucks that in. So I have a Ziploc bag here, plastic bag. I'm going to actually I'm going to wrap those first because of that. I'm out of my mind tonight. I'm not quite myself. I'm not quite myself. So what I do with my brushes when I know I'm going to reuse them, because good brushes hold a lot of paint, so do they. So I'm wrapping them in a damp cloth. This is a baby wipe I'm just using now. I'm wrapping them in a damp cloth. Those of them. Those of them. There you go. Cloth. And spraying it even more just to make sure it stays nice and damp. And then I'm going to put it into a Ziploc bag or a plastic bag, whatever you have on hand. Put it in a, some people put it in the freezer, you know, or, you know, you can put it in the fridge. I most of the time even don't do that. I leave them outside. Obviously at the moment it's not very make sure you have all the air out of your bag. And I do a little bit of a rubber band around so there's no air going inside, and I'm going to keep that for tomorrow when I do the second part. So I've used the paint out of the lid. I'm going to clean the lid because this will otherwise stick to your jar. I can guarantee you that. You can ask my followers. They know when I just started out, I was like banging away my lives, you know, opening my jars where the lids have been stuck. So we have still a little bit of time. I'm just going to show you, we're probably not going to do much more, but I'm just going to show you the piece and the bottom on the inside. This is probably going to be, you know, most of the work at the end. I'm not quite sure because, as I said, it must have been standing in water, and it's pretty bad shape inside, so I'm not quite sure what I can do with that. Excuse me, I still feel sick somehow. I don't know. I'm gonna throw up. I'm not gonna do that for camera, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Like that. I need some wood glue. Wood glue. Let's see. There's still something in here. Oh, you're leaving, Nina. think I already stopped. You're going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to show you what it looks like down there. So there you go. Just so you have an idea what's still upcoming. Still upcoming. Sitting. So I'm first going to show you the side which is not that bad, which is this one. This one is not as bad. So, but I can see there was like, it's okay till here. You see this? So I can fix this. This is, you can see up here. I don't know what happened there. I mean, this is so I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that. I'm going to show you the other side because that one is. Oh no, it's the other side which was that bad. This side. This side is quite okay. Oh, it's probably because there's still some on the side here. Strange. There's some on the side here which has to be fixed. And okay. I don't know what was all on there. I'm going to think if I'm going to decoupage on the inside or if I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not quite sure. This is broken. This is broken. The bottom one works, but the top one is broken. It's completely stuck. So when I fix, I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to go some clamps, some cloth, I mean, honestly, this is something you should do before you start your project and not when you've already painted it. You know, but that's me. I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. So let's see if I can get you a little further down and you can have a look. You can have a look. That was smart. Sorry. You're probably going to be sick now also, not only me. So. There you go. light. There we go. Yes, it is. It is, Nina. Well, quite old. It is, I reckon, somehow from the 50s, 60s. That's basically what I think it was. Yeah, you can see it used to have some sort of hardware on there, which was changed already before. So this has to be fixed, and I'm basically going to, you can see this is loose. This is loose. So I'm having my see if I can still get some glue out here. Sorry, guys. Instagram, can you see? So I'm going to start from the, see where it's loose. It's fine. And here it starts to get loose. So very carefully, I have a spatula here, and just get some glue on my spatula, and I'm trying to push that, oops, under here. So there's quite a lot coming off now. Yeah, that worked. You can see it squeezes out on the sides here. So I'm having it nicely on there. As I said, this is something you should do before you start painting your projects. So do as I say, not as I do, as per usual. Doing that again. Get some glue on my spatula. Don't worry if you have too much on there. Yes, that's correct, Nina. As this piece was standing in water, they have already been drowned. So, next area. Slide it under there as far as you can go. And you can see it takes off the, can you see that? How the glue's been taken off. Do that till I'm at the front. So this piece is even further up. Everything which is like excess, don't worry about it. Firstly, it's going to dry. It's taken off. It's going to dry clear. And secondly, everything which is squeezed out now. I have a little more on there. Everything which is squeezed out now. You can take off with a damp cloth or a baby wipe. That's what I'm doing here. So now I'm taking just gonna use that. So making sure that I have no glue on here. And then I have a piece of wood here I'm going to put against it. You could use a couple of clamps to do that. I just want to use, let's see if that's going to work. This might not work. If you have a flat area, I'm going to try anyway. But I'm going to put some foil on my wood piece here, because obviously I don't want, this is wood glue, I don't want this wood to stick on there. If you have a metal piece or something like that, you can use that. So this basically just helps. So this is going to be pushed against that. So I'm putting a cloth on the other side, because obviously this is already painted. Just gonna get that on here. Good to go. Not exactly the best day for me to start doing something like that, but it's, there you go. Nicely on the bottom. So that's the first one. I'm not sure if you're still with me. It is from Tight Bond, the Quick and Sick. This is also the glue I'm using for my wood events, Nina. That's the glue I'm using for my wood events. So. Same thing, I'm putting just a cloth around, so not don't want to damage the painted area. Oh, painted area. Oh, come on. This is driving me crazy. There you go. Finally, he's lost. So, and have another one here in the middle to make sure that all the areas are covered. Christ's sake. Oh, pain. What a pain. So. That's it. Do the same thing on top here. Because like this, it's easier to save it like this instead of taking it off, and then you have like all the crap flying around. I need another piece of wood for the top here. Show you a little better. So. This red is only paint. You see this? Same thing. I add some glue on here. Because this is nice and thin, so I have a chance to basically scrape it under here. And this area is a little easier because it is, you know, pretty much off. So I can move with my pretty nicely underneath here. Go as far as possible down here. It's a bit of a pain, but even so. Same thing, I don't want the wood to stick onto my project, so I'm basically just getting some cling film plastic around it. As I glue is a wood glue and it's not going to stick to the plastic. Because if that sticks to the wood and you try to get it off, you may, you know, you may just rip the so when you do something like that, it is also recommended to, you see there's splinters there, to wear some gloss or something like that, so you don't rip yourself some splinters into your hands. This is how you know that's a bleeder. Do you see it is already turning yellow? But I didn't worry about that on the outside because so now I'm just going to I'm gonna have fingerprints on there. So those are the things where you need some sort of a third hand or some better quality clamps than I have. Let's see. That's it. So I've got to get another clamp. I just got this big thingy here, which is very, very strong. I can't get it. Hang on. I've got to get up for that. No, I'm not going to get that on there. That is so strong. Ja, genau, es lebe die Schraubzwinge. Those things are so strong, I can't get it open. Not tonight anyway. I'm going to get another clamp. I'm going to put another clamp on there. But you get the idea, my friends. As I said, do that before you paint your project. So I've just been protecting that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Oops, Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy that you've been with me tonight. So 50 minutes, even I'm not feeling well tonight. Don't forget you can win. The draw is open till midnight. Leave a comment, like the video, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and you can win this beautiful decoupage paper, bells and whistles. There's actually 3 sheets in here of that. There's 3 sheets in here of that. And I hope you enjoyed that. I hope they help you a little bit. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elf and Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixie paints over here in Frankfurt in Germany. Also German distribution for Dixie and Woody Band. Thank you so much for having joined me. If you haven't done it yet, guys, please leave a message. Leave a like on my pages. And I wish you a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, Nina. I'm standing right next to me. I'm just not me tonight. I'm happy you've been here. Take care, guys. Ta-da. Bye-bye. Good night.